What's up, guys? I'm back with a new video, and today I want to talk about the greatest jaw surgery transformation I've seen to date. And I've seen a lot, but this one stood out to me because not only did this person get the aesthetic results, but she also got the functional results maxed out. There's some people who get good aesthetic results and their functional results are like not where I thought they would be, and vice versa. Some people get like a good airway, but they could have gotten better results in my opinion, but they still look good. But this woman in particular went from, you would say, a 2 or a 3, maybe a 4, to a smoke show 8 or 9. Shit, I would say a 10. I would say it's 10 because this is the type of archetype I like in a woman. Like square face, nice chin, good cheek area, beautiful eyes. Good. Like, this woman's not even in her 20s, but she looks like a smoke show. Crazy what a jaw surgery transformation can do for you. And the crazy thing about this is she didn't do a genioplasty. She just did a normal double jaw surgery. So it's not like she did the trifecta, which is the Lefort one, the BSSO, the bisagittal split right here, which is for the lower jaw, and then the genioplasty, which is the chin. She didn't do the third one. She just did upper, lower, and that's it. But that's crazy. Look at that. It's crazy what a jaw surgery will do for you. And this girl, and this is why I like this result so much, because I see a lot of myself in this woman. Now, I have a wider palate than her, obviously. But we have similar eyes, like big time. Similar eyebrows in a way. I mean, she got nice hair. She has way better cheek area for sure than mine. Similar nose to mine too in a way. But her advancement left her looking like this. So it gets me thinking, what's going to happen when I get advanced like this? I can't even imagine what I'll look like. If I look like a male version of this, guys, I'm telling you, it's a wrap. It's such a fucking wrap. And the thing about with me is I'm going to do the genioplasty on top of it. So it's like, it's not insurance that I will look super good, but it kind of is, because look, she still had a good chin here. And when you have a good chin, even though you're recessed, it kind of like saves you in a way. Yeah, it kind of camouflages the real, true recession of your jaw when you have a good chin. Because some people have a recessed jaw, but they have a good chin. And those type of people, they have like a really big fold right here, like a crease between their lip and their chin. The recessed people have that big fold right here. I'm not sure what it's called, but in her case, it disappeared. I mean, she didn't really have it here, but like, wow, absolutely. I don't know this woman. She's part of the jaw surgery support group on Facebook, and I was shocked when I saw this. This is like a 1-year post-op, and I saw it today. I was like, whoa, unbelievable. And look at, this is her before and after the jaw surgery. Look at, she looks like a normal person that you'd see at a Walmart. Most people are recessed like this, so it's normal to our eyes, but we know it's not like optimal. And here, with the swelling, look, see here, no swelling, and here swelled up like a balloon, but still looks better. Like, the swelling hides the definition here, big time. That's why she looks way better here than she does here. And honestly, her upper jaw wasn't manipulated too much. It was maybe moved down and forward a little bit, or rotated. It looks like it got rotated up to give her more of like a projected square, projected face. Because when she smiles here, it looks like her smile is smiling at your eyes at the same time her eyes smile. Here, it looks like her jaw is not smiling at you. It's just like in a different direction, or it's not in place, but her eyes are. It's not harmony maxed. But here it's like, whew. This type of face will make you fall in love when you meet them for the first time. That's what I feel. So let's look at this. And that's crazy because she's not in her prime, but she's smoke show. That's the bias. That's why I made this video. I got to show this for inspiration. Look at that. 1 week post-op from double jaw surgery. My airway has quadrupled. So crazy to me. Look at that, guys. Even in her post post-op scans a week out, the scan showed new airway volume, new spaces that opened up. Like here, you don't even see the space that goes here, but here you can, and it's all blue, blue ocean. That's how Dr. Alfie terms it, like a blue ocean airway. If you have a blue ocean airway, we have succeeded the jaw surgery. Right here, she had a little bit of blue here, and that makes sense. Most people are blue up here because that's in the biggest space of all. That's where your nasal cavity is connected to, like right here. So it makes sense you would be blue. I was blue there when I went to go do the consultation, but once I got to here, mine was literally equivalent or close to it to this woman's. It went from like blue to yellow. It didn't even go to green. It went from straight blue straight to yellow, so it narrowed like big time, and then it went straight to red like the rest, just like this woman. And her teeth positioning are similar to mine. Mine are kind of flared out like that. I saw my CT scan from the ortho last week or 2 weeks ago about now, and my teeth and my skull kind of look like this. Like everything, I looked at it, I'm like, when I saw her case, I was like, my teeth look like hers. They're not like straight up and down like a lot of patients for Dr. Alfie or other surgeons. Like a lot of people have straight up and down occlusion, which is ideal if you want to get a really maxed advancement, but aesthetically, I'm not sure if it is. Even though they can advance you a lot, it doesn't help your lip support, to be honest. You know, it's better to have a little bit of lip protrusion and that can only happen if your teeth are slightly angled out or slightly flared forward, like here, right? You know, the teeth flare out like this because you have a narrow palate. If you have a really wide palate, like our ancestors, the teeth would be more straight up and down. Not perfectly, but just more angled. And this woman has had teeth extractions in the past, because look, obviously, you're not going to get a straight smile with this narrow of a palate with all your teeth. You're going to have to do some sort of extractions to even get a result like this. So as you can see, she only has 1, 2, 3. Wait, this might be 2 separate teeth, to be honest. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, this is the brackets. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she has 7 teeth. Let's count the brackets up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 teeth on one side. Let's do the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, so she likely had premolar extractions on the bottom to get such a huge advancement. Man, if I have to do that shit, I'm going to cry. Because I honestly don't like losing teeth. Remember that video I made where I felt like I had an abortion from extracting teeth? Low-key, for the first 4 days, I felt like that. It felt like my heart got broken. Like I lost life. Literally, guys, if you've never had your teeth extraction, that's how it feels as an adult. As a kid, I don't know if you'd even feel it like that because you have a lot of vitality left. You're still growing. So it's like, kind of camouflages it. But once you're an adult, fully settled, fully grown in a way, then when you lose tissue like teeth, you feel it, in my opinion. When you're relatively healthy. I'm not sure if you feel it if you're degeneration, fat as hell, obese, because you're already cooked. So you can't get more cooked than that by extracting teeth. But anyways, look at that. Blue ocean airway. And the skull doesn't look that much different. Like, if we saw people like this every day, if we could see their skulls like this, then yeah, sure, we would be able to see a huge difference. But to me, this doesn't look a huge difference. I noticed the difference here big time. But to us, it's not like they got morphed into a wolf or it got rotated incredibly upwards. It looks like a minor adjustment, and it made a huge difference here. Like she has really good features everywhere else, but just balancing that lower third revealed what the world was missing out on. Crazy, guys. And the side profile here is not like you would see a side profile like this and you wouldn't be impressed, to be honest, for most people. Obviously, this is post-surgery, but look at the results it can get you. That means you don't even need to be overly advanced this way to look like this. You just need to have the right balance, the right features, and be proportional. That's really harmony. You want to be proportional. If you want to be striking, then sure, you got to have like crazy zygomatic bones or a crazy brow ridge that is a little bit unproportional to your face, or a strong ass chin. That's what makes you striking, I think, where you have one feature that's just so like, wow, you just notice it from the start. But overall, she's balanced. Like, her eye area is just as good as her lower third. Beautiful nose, proportional, good forehead, not too high, not too low, good hair. Like, everything is just right. And that's what makes that's what this Ascension is. Most people would say wouldn't even look my way, 2, 3, 4, whatever, straight to an 8, 9, 10. To me, this is like a straight 9. If she was my age, I'd say a 10. Because this, like I said, this is the archetype that I like to go for. Ideally. This type of skull. This type of beauty. And obviously, she's not in the 20s, but when you look good, you look good. Don't matter. Anyways. You see that? Her upper jaw wasn't even like advanced too forward. I think it might have been. Or it must have been rotated or advanced. One or the other. I think it got rotated. Because the jaw obviously had most of the advancement. You can see here, look. This is the bone that was not cut. The bone that she's always had. Same with here. But the gap right here. You see how it's a little darker there? Like the bone has started to form 1 week post-op. Right here. That looks like at least 10 millimeters or so. I'm not sure, but that's a pretty big gap, if I'm being honest. That's a huge movement for the lower jaw. Because look, her bite got closed. That's like one, 2 teeth. 2 teeth difference. Boom. Crazy, guys. Absolutely crazy. I see a lot of this woman in me in a way, because our skulls, our CT scans kind of look similar. And I'm not recessed like her, but she might have been. I mean, I have a wider palate, but I don't have the strong chin, so it's like she has something that I don't. She's narrow, I'm wide, but she has the good chin and I don't. So it like balances out. But either way, the rest of our features are kind of similar. Like similar eye area, similar hair length, similar skin complexion. It's kind of crazy. It's like seeing my attractive twin ascend. Crazy. So yeah, guys, if you thought about getting jaw surgery and you're on the fence, and she said this was the greatest decision of her life on her post. If you are on the fence of getting a jaw surgery, just do it. This is incredible. And this is the crazy part. Some people are already attractive as hell and they're recessed. There's so many girls I've met who have like really good bodies, a cute face, but for some reason they're not like absolute smoke show. Some of them carry themselves and get attraction like if they were an ideal skeletal result. But I think of several girls in my life who are like top tier attractive, but if they did a jaw surgery, guys, TikTok superstar, OnlyFans model, top 99 percentile of all, they'd be superstars. I'm serious. If these women that I'm thinking about, who I knew were attractive as hell, with the deformity, with the recession, with the narrow palate, if they had a jaw surgery now, it's over. Like literally, the world is at their palms. Like I think I've seen a lot of women who look like this. A lot of women who look like this at my age. Like I have a clear example of a girl from school who has the same narrow palate. It's actually more downward growth. She doesn't have the same chin, but she's still beautiful everywhere else. If she had the jaw surgery and she looked like this while in her 20s, oh my gosh. I, I can't even wow. That's what's crazy. The potential that some people don't even know. And that's the crazy thing. If your life is good, you're never going to do something like this because your life's good. But if your life kind of sucks in some way, whether it be aesthetically, like you want to look a different way because you have something that you don't like, or functionally, like you have sleep apnea, you can't breathe through your nose, shit sleep, or both. If you have both, all the more power to get it done because you will get covered by the insurance companies. If your life ain't like that, then you're likely to do something like this. It's only the people who live in bliss, ignorance is bliss, that will never achieve their potential. Right? They're like in the purgatory, right? They don't look bad, but they're not at their potential. And depending on where you fall on that purgatory scale, if you're on the lower end, you'll look into something like this and ascend like that. But if you're in the higher end and you stay like that for the rest of your life, you'll likely live a good life. But when you find this information later down the line and see people that look like you do the transformation like this, you'll be like, why didn't I do this in my physical prime? Because you could have gotten freaking OnlyFans money. You could have been a superstar. You could have been a TikTok model. You could have, I don't know, you could have just been a major influencer, made all the money in the world with your good looks. You could have made a career that could have generated so much money in 1 year where you didn't have to wage slave max to 65 years old in the expensive economy of the United States of America. Guys, I haven't shared this with you, but another motivation to do this jaw surgery for me is, like, I make videos, but if this jaw surgery can take me to a level of looks where it's not I just look good, it crosses the threshold. This is what a lot of people don't realize about jaw surgery. It's not about looking, it's not from going worse to average. If your jaw surgery result something like this woman's in her 40s and I would rather date her than women my age. That's how crazy a jaw surgery can change the level of attraction. It's like so pleasing to the eye. I'd take care of you. I don't want to sound like a simp, but the instincts, the testosterone is talking right now. But anyways, I think about a jaw surgery where if it crosses the threshold of looks, where it's like you no longer fall in the average range, you go, like clavicular says, the 95th or the 99th percentile. Like, if you get that, you know what I mean. If you cross that threshold where, like, when people see you, they're like, what the fuck? That's what I'm aiming with the jaw surgery. Because I'm thinking about it like that. I want to cross that threshold. I don't just want to look good and breathe good. If I can get past the threshold where when people look at my result, they're like, who is this guy? What's his Instagram? What's the patient's name? If I can get to that type of result where it's like Jeremy Meeks 2.0, I know I sound greedy, but I believe anything is possible. If I have to extract teeth to get to that result, I probably will do it. As long as there's a plan and outline for me to, like, believe in it, I'll do it. Right? Just got to have good communication. But ideally, I don't want to do that because I like having a lot of teeth, which I'll explain a little here soon. But if I can cross that threshold where it takes you from worse, like here, it didn't take her to average. It took her to holy shit. If I can get that, that's what I'm aiming for. Crossing the threshold, crossing the boundaries, leaving the solar system. If I can get to that, and if many people have, some people don't, some people do. When you cross that, the world is at your palm. Because I believe in changing your environment where you don't have to use your willpower, right? Because, like, I have a desk right here with a light, chair, and a nice laptop with a mic. It's so easy for me to pop this up and make YouTube videos, and I'm more likely to do them. I don't have to set up my Sony ZV-1 camera, buy a charger, whatever, to download the video on this, and then wait for it to upload here for an hour or get on my phone, upload it through the phone Wi-Fi, which takes like days or an hour if I'm lucky. That definitely decreases my output to make videos. But because I improved my environment and took out the willpower, now I make a lot more videos, better quality videos than in the past. And they're only going to get better if I invest in a better camera, better lighting, better audio, different angles. I'm more likely to make even more videos like that. And the same applies to this jaw surgery. If you could just change the willpower where you don't have to jut your jaw forward, take fake ass pictures where you have to angle fraud, or squint fraud. If you can just change the structure and you look good without using any willpower, you're going to do things that you've never done before because now your willpower is free to do those things. For example, if I look like a model S tier, for some likely, I already predict this. If I get the result that I can get, that I believe I can get, I know for a fact I'm going to start having a nightlife. I'm going to start going out. Because I have every reason to show the world, look what I got here. Look what's here. And then I'm going to use my social skills, my past experience to leverage that attraction and turn it into money, intimate relationships. What else? Business. I already said business, or just friendships in general, or connections, useful connections. That's the thing about you don't realize. If you just are better looking, more pleasing to the eye, the halo effect, I'm sure you've heard that for 1,000 times. It's so easy to get help. It's so easy to get resources. Not saying you can't do that when you're ugly, but I'm just saying the opportunities just present themselves more because you just happen to place yourself in better positions because you just feel better about yourself. You feel better in general health-wise. You just happen to put yourself in better positions. Like I remember when I was very lean, like in track competition shape, I would go out more and place myself in a lot of environments to meet people, do all that stuff. But when I got a little body fat, when I got kind of fat, I was like, no. Or another good example is like, if you have acne, really bad skin, you're not likely to go out because you're using willpower to fight in your mind to decide if you want to go out or not. If you just look good, you're not going to think about that. You're just going to do it. Right? That's what I think about the jaw surgery. Ascends you to a level where you cross the threshold. All the willpower that you had in your mind with that mental warfare, all that cognitive dissonance of, should I go here? Should I do this? Am I ready for that? Or can I even handle this? Is my body ready for it? Or like just general questions. It could be different for anybody. But if the jaw surgery can take you to a level where it removes all these limiting factors that are affecting your willpower will be used to do different things than before and take you to the next level. It's another good example is like Goku and Gohan when they were training in the hyperbolic time chamber and they mastered the Super Saiyan, right? They just decided to master the Super Saiyan form by remaining in that state and not having to use any willpower to keep that transformation. Therefore, they got stronger faster, and they performed better than Vegeta, who was like using a shit ton of willpower to ascend when he should have just mastered the baseline of the Super Saiyan and not have to use so much willpower to grow and get stronger. It's a similar concept, right? So anyways, this is such a crazy transformation. And let's just go over this. Advancement on the lower jaw. Maybe a slight counterclockwise rotation. I think her angle is a little bit better. But she already had decent occlusion here. Like, it's not like she was downward growth. She was just recessed. But they still did the upper jaw surgery. Because they wouldn't do the upper jaw surgery if there wasn't any rotation involved, right? If her occlusal plane was perfect, then they would only advance the lower jaw. But because they did the upper jaw surgery, that means they had to have seen a deformity appear, or they probably had a plan where they envisioned a better result if they moved the upper jaw as well with the lower jaw surgery. And the only option I can think of is if they rotated this one slightly upwards so they could advance and rotate the jaw upwards to give her that Really good smile where the smile it looks like it's looking at you at the same time with the eyes. That's what looks so good. Look, her eyes are not even symmetrical, but they're beautiful. And it's beautiful because it's has harmony with the whole face, right? So you don't even have to have perfect symmetry up here. You just have to like really nail down the lower third, because this takes up most of your face. So if you have a majority of it perfect, then the minor flaws in the rest of your face are not going to really bring you down, right? She's got the eyebrow game notched. She has good hair, pretty good skin, great contours, great cheekbones, really good nose. That's a fact. A good chin, beautiful, nice white teeth, a broader smile, good jaw. Like, it's too many pros that outweigh the cons, right? So this is a really good result. Really good result. But yeah, guys, this is an incredible jaw surgery transformation. If you're hesitant about jaw surgery, just look at this case, guys. Literally, so many of you probably look like this, male or woman. And look, it looks like she's just jutting her jaw forward, like most of the frauds on the internet. But this is actual, true skeletal change. And her airway changed big time. Her whole life changed. Her function, her looks, everything changed. Literally, Ascension. What would the black pillars call this? Like a low tier normie or whatever? I don't know the terms, but they would definitely call this like a Stacy or a Rebecca. I don't know what the term is for the best of the best, but definitely 5-point ascension on the look scale, at least. If she was a 2 here or a 3 here, at least 6 or 5 points to a minimum of an 8, because this is definitely like a 9 or a 10 to me. Because think about it, most of the 9 or 10s that most of these young, naive, inexperienced fools on the internet, they have bias for younger women. When you get to like your mid-20s, you appreciate beauty of all ages, right? And to me, this is definitely like a 9 or 10 for sure. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, I'm dropping a legendary tier list here soon for Valentine's Day. I'm gonna do it within the next few days. I've had it ready for over a month. I actually had it ready before 2026. It was gonna be a New Year's Eve drop, but I thought I would wait to like let the hype and attention that I had at the time die down, and just drop this tier list like a bomb. Like, don't want to like hate on the Japanese, but like Hiroshima, Naga, just a bomb out of nowhere and just shock the world, right? With this tier list that I'm about to drop. And, nobody makes content like you're going to find on this channel. Here, you're going to find some real interesting content, that's for sure. I put in a lot of hours to make this video. Not like editing-wise, but just to get the roster for this video. If you get my drift, then you already know what type of tier list I'm talking about. I've been hinting at it for over a month. I've been saying it's dropping soon, but the time has come because Valentine's Day is coming up. There's no better time to drop this video. It's just perfect timing. Let it drop now. Valentine's Day is coming up, so it's like gonna marinate in the minds of everybody. It's gonna be very what's the word? Exigent or whatever. It's gonna be very in their minds when Valentine's Day drops, right? I'm not going to drop it the day of Valentine's, because once Valentine's Day drops, it's going to be like forgotten. So I'm going to drop it here soon. Let it be fresh in everybody's minds this week, and then when next week comes, Valentine's week comes, then it's going to still be popular, and it's going to, build the traction, right? So, yeah, stay tuned, guys. I put in a lot of hours just to find this roster. Over 100 selections. And let me tell you, I was shocked about there's a lot of high quality. Everybody on this tier list, I kind of gave it away, is high selection, right? None of the other raw primal YouTubers or YouTubers in general have the balls to do this. And I'm not saying I'm courageous, but even if they had this idea come up in their mind, they just wouldn't risk their reputation to do it. because they have no balls at all. Not calling anybody out, but if you expect to find this type of content in another channel, you're mistaken. This is the only channel you're going to find this type of legendary, one-of-one, number one pound-for-pound content on YouTube, and we're just getting started. So stay tuned. It's going to be a long-ass video. Grab your raw milk, grab your raw meat, sit down, relax, and watch this content late night, early morning, whenever you have time. I'm not going to try to drag it out, but I'm just going to go at my pace, and it might be a very long video, which I'll try not to. But stay tuned, guys. I'm excited. I'm so excited for this. Stay tuned.